Okay? They're gonna say not crap and broken.
Everything is CBB.
Yeah. Everything is a rubber or tire, you know. Make sure you don't mention there's not no abrasion, bubbles, and cut. Anything, any tire. Remember these three words: inflation, condition, and depth. Okay. Now, when you guys doing the PRETRIP and the DMB, remember the three things. Make sure that you mention the part name, okay, the part name, the condition, and what is the specific thing you're looking for. Okay. I'm gonna do my demonstration completely on the DMB, and I'm gonna organize myself when I'm doing it. Okay, Mr. Examiner, I check on the front of my truck, right? I check all my light. Now, what is the part name for all my light? That include my marker light, my signal light, my headlight, and my tail light. Now, what is the condition for those lights? Make sure there's not cracked, broken, or missing, and they're all working condition. Now, what is the specific thing I'm looking for? Then my marker light and signal light, the ambient color, my headlight, the clear, and my tail light is in red in color.
So now you've covered all of them.
Ah, there we go. To finish on the front, make sure that the truck is not leaning to the side. If it's leaning to the side, it can be a broken suspension or flat tire. And then my truck, I make sure that I don't have any type of a fluid leak, hoses, or wire hanging. And I'm done on the front. Okay? Let's go to the passenger side. When it's hard, don't try. If it comes to the first one, just,
From the side?
yeah, from the side. Alright. Now, I come to the passenger side. So Mr. Examiner, I'm going to start from the top, from the inside, right? On the top, I got all my hoses, but I'm going to check them in both sides on my engine compartment. That's my part. What is my condition? I make sure that I don't see any of those hoses that have abrasion, bubbles, and cut. Okay? And they're all secure. What I'm looking for, make sure they're all clamped, they're present, and secure. Right? I'm also going to check all my wire and both sides of my engine compartment. That's the part, right? Condition. Make sure they're not cut, frayed, or have illegal tape. What I'm looking for, they're all secure, we're not missing both. Okay? If I come down over here, I got two parts attached to my engine. That's my alternator and my water pump. That's my part name, right? What is the condition? That any of those two parts, they're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're all secure, we're not missing both. What is the specific thing I'm looking for? That my alternator don't have no more than 3/4 or 3 plate. That my alternator belt. It's not, it don't have no more than 3/4 of 3 plate, and it's not torn. My water pump is gear driven, and I make sure that I don't see any sign of a leak. Okay? To finish in this side, I check all my exhaust system, from front to back, both sides, top to bottom. That's the part name, right? Condition. I make sure that I don't see any sign of a crack, bent, or broken. They all secure, we're not missing both. What I'm looking for, I make sure that I don't see any sign of a black suit. See that? And I'm done in the passenger side. Now, because I'm starting the engine, I'm going to finish my engine this side. I'm still working on my inside. Now, do I need to mention all my hoses?
No. You did.
I say both sides. My wire? No, I say both sides. That come down. Mr. Examiner, I got another two part that is attached to my engine. That's my air compressor and my power steering pump. Okay? Condition. I make sure that any of those two parts, they're not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure, we're not missing both. What is it I'm looking for? Both are gear driven, and I make sure that I don't see any sign of a leak, either air or liquid. Okay? To finish my engine, I just check my oil stick. If it's in low in oil, I will add 1 gallon at a time. Okay? You don't want to put pause on that? Stop the video. So I'm done with my engine, right? Next to my engine, I got my frame. So I check my frame on my front of my truck, through the back, and both sides. Condition, I make sure it's not cracked, bent, or broken. What I'm looking for, any sign of an illegal well or hole. Okay? On my frame, I got 2 different systems attached to it. I will start from the bottom. I will start with my suspension system. What is on my part for my suspension system? I got spring mount, my leaf spring, my U-bolt, Saturn, and my check over. Condition, I make sure that any of those parts are not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt. What I'm looking for, I make sure I don't see no shiny spot on my leaf spring, and my check over is not leaking. See that? My power steering system. What is on my part for my power steering system? That's my steering column, U-joint, gearbox or steering box, pitman arm, my drive link, steering arm, steering knuckles is inside my wheel, tie rod, and my tie rod arm. That's all my part, right? Condition, any of those parts did not crack, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt, right? What I'm looking for, they all my castle nut, they're present and secure with a cotter pin bend in place. All my joint is properly looped, and I don't see any sign of a leak. See that? If I look a little bit up in that area, I got 3 reservoirs. Right? I got my power steering reservoir, washer, and coolant reservoir. Condition, any of those parts not cracked, broken, or leaking because I got fluid on it. Secure with no missing bolt. What is the specific thing I'm looking for? They all capped, they're present and secure, and they all fit to the manufacturer specification. See that? And though in that area, I make another step out, right? I got a brake system. What is on my part for my brake system? I got my air line, a single brake chamber, my push rod, slack adjuster, my lining and shoes and drum. Okay? That's on my part. What is my condition? Any of those parts not cracked, bent, or broken. They are secure with no missing bolt. See that? What I'm looking for, no abrasion bubbles in cut in my air line and not leaking. My retaining ring around my single brake chamber and secure. No more than 1 inch of play on my push rod, and it's secure to my slack adjuster. Right? No space between my lining and shoes. No less than a quarter of my lining. No discoloration on my drum. And I make sure that my whole area clear of debris. See that? I'm done with that. Now I come to my wheel. I start with my tire examiner. There are 3 things I'm gonna look on my tire. First, it's inflated to the manufacturer specification. Condition, no abrasion bubbles in my wall, and it's evenly wear. Depth should not be less than 4/32. Now for this tire, had to be brand new, cannot be recapped or regrouped. I got my ring. That's the part. Condition, not cracked, bent, or broken. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for any sign of either hammer mark on the beam, illegal well, or oxidation. Now if I see oxidation, it can be a loose load now. Because I'm talking about load nut, I make sure that all my load nuts are present and secure. Okay? Not missing. I got my hub oiler, not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt. And make sure it's not leaking. What I'm looking for, to check my oil level. By removing the cap, sticking my pinky right there, should come out with the first knuckle. Okay? To finish, I got my valve stand. Not broken, leaking, it got metal cap in place. Any question so far? Now you guys getting it? And I'm using the three things: park, condition, looking for. Park, condition, looking for. If you guys do that like that and you organize yourself, you're going to do it perfect. Now, Mr. Examiner, I got my driver door, right? I got my door, mirror bracket, and my door hinge or hanger. Condition, any of those parts, not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt. What I'm looking for, make sure that my door open and close freely, okay? And my weather strip is not dry rotted or missing or torn. My fuel system, what is all my parts for my fuel system? I got my tank, metal strap, cap, chain, and T-bar. Condition, any of those parts, not cracked, bent, or broken. They all secure with no missing bolt. You see that? What I'm looking for, I make sure they are either rubber or leather insulation between my strap and tank to prevent metal-metal contact, metal-to-metal contact. I got rubber seal on my cap, and my T-change is present, or my change and T-bar is present. Same thing, okay guys? And to finish it, make sure I don't see any sign of a leak. Okay? Then I check my running board, or either my footstep and my catwalk. That's my part. Condition, not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt. What I'm looking for, I make sure that the whole area is clear of debris. See that? I got my battery box. Okay? Condition, not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt. What I'm looking for, make sure that my battery is not leaking and no sign of corrosion on my terminal. You see that? Now, do I need to make sure my frame again?
Nope.
No, I covered it up, right? I got my drive shaft and U joint. That's my two-part, right? Condition, not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt. Okay? What I'm looking for, make sure it's properly looped and it's clear of debris. Okay? If I look up, I got my airlines for my truck and trailer. Condition, make sure it's not abrasion, bubbles, and cut. Not leaking. Okay, what I'm looking for, the secure to my gland hand. My gland hand not cracked, bent, or broken. It got a rubber grommer in place. Okay, my blue is for service, my red is for emergency. I also got power cord for my truck and trailer. What I'm looking for, condition, not cat, freight, or illegal tape. Okay. We're done right here. So we can come over here in the second axle. Second axle, I got the three systems like I have on my first axle. I do got suspension system, I got a brake system, and I do have some wheel. Right? I'm gonna start with my suspension system. All my part for the suspension system, that will be my spring mount, leaf spring, U-bolt, solder, shock absorber, plus I got a torque bar, rotation bar, and an airbag. Okay? Condition, any of those parts, not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure with no missing bolt. What I'm looking for, no Chinese spot on my leaf spring. I make sure that my shock absorber, airbag, they're not leaking, and not bursting bubbles in my airbag because it's rubber. See that? For my brake system, I got airline, dual brake chamber, push rack, slack adjuster, lining, shoes, and drum. Condition, any of those parts, not cracked, bent, or broken. They're all secure with no missing bolt. What I'm looking for, no breaking bubbles and cut on my airline, not leaking. I got retraining ring on my dual brake chamber and secure. No more than 2 inches on my push rack because I do brake chamber. Okay? Secure to my slack adjuster. No space between my lining and shoes. No less than a quarter of my lining. No discoloration on my drum, and the whole area clear of debris. Okay? I got dual tire or dual wheel. The first thing I want to make sure that I don't see no illegal space between my ring. Okay? And then between my tires clear debris. My tire, I will check the 3 things like I did on the front. Make sure it's inflated to the manufacturer specification. My condition, no breaking bubbles and cut on my wall, and it's evenly wear. Depth, no less than 2/32. This one can be recap or rig ring. Okay? My ring, not cracked, bent, or broken. Okay? What I'm looking for, any sign of either a hammer mark on the beam, illegal well, or oxidation. If I see oxidation, can be a loose lot nut. On my lot nut, I make sure they are pressing and secure. Okay? On the back, I got axle seal. Condition, make sure it's not cracked, bent, or broken, secure with no missing bolt, not leaking. Okay? The finish, bell stand, not cracked, or broken, or leaking, and metal cap is in place. Okay? Any question? Now, Mr. Simon, I will check axle 3, 4, and 5 exactly like I did with the second. This is the difference. In my third axle, it's a single brake chamber, so no more than 1 inch on my push rod. 4 and 5, they do brake chamber, so no more than 2 inches. Different on the back, my suspension is well secure. I got equalizer, and my touching bar or torque bar is in a different position. So I check every single those parts, make sure they're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're all well secure. Okay? Now here on my tractor, I got my muffler and cutter fender. Make sure it's not torn, broken, okay, secure. Make sure it's no less than 8 inches out of my ground. And I do require DOT reflector on my muffler, on my back of my truck. I need to make sure my tail light. No. Alright? To finish my tractor, I go to my fifth wheel system. What is on my part for my fifth wheel system? That includes my platform, locking jar, release arm, slide rail, and locking pin in my airline. Condition, any of those parts, they're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're secure with no missing bolt. Now what I'm looking for, no space between my platform and apron, and my platform is properly locked. My locking jar, release arm, and locking pin, they're in lock position. Okay? No breaking bubbles and cut in my airline. See that? And I'm done with my tractor. Now, I got my trailer. Go take a look. There again. Get your license to get out of here. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I go to my trailer. I will check my front on my trailer and both sides of my trailer wall. I make sure I don't see no sign of a hole or crack. They're secure with a rivet. I make sure they both sides of my wall on my trailer, and on the back of the trailer I got DOT reflector present. Okay? I check on my light, market light, side signal light, and tail light, and license plate light. Condition, any of those lights, they're not cracked, broken, missing, is all working condition. What I'm looking for, my marker light, inside signal light, the ambient color, tail light is in working color, and my license plate is clear. Okay. Under my trailer, I got my apron, kingpin, and all my cross member. Condition. Any of those parts not cracked, bent, or broken, make sure you mention any of those parts. That way they can talk in group. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure, okay, for my trailer. Alright? What we're looking for? No sign at all of a well on my kingpin. And make sure that I don't have no hole on my floor. My landing gear system. That's include my handle, my bracket or landing gear mount, my leg, and the sand shoe or cap. Condition, any of those parts not cracked, but no broken, secure with no missing bone. Okay? What I'm looking for, I make sure that my sand shoe, my handle is not missing, and that my leg is properly looped and it's raised up, you know, to the top. Okay? Under my trailer, I got some airline. Okay, condition, operation but wasn't cut or leaking. Okay? It should be no less than 18 inches out of the ground. Under my trailer, I got my tandem slide rail, locking pin, and my release arm. Okay, and tandem slide mount too, you know, we got a mount right there. Any of those parts, not cracked, bent, or broken, they are secured to the trailer. Okay, what I'm looking for, make sure that my locking pin and release arm is in lock position, and in any of those, they're not missing. Okay. Now I cover my 4 and 5 like a second. My steel double check because I got steel ring. So except for be checking for oxidation, I will look for rust trail. I got axle seal, so I check it like I did with the second axle. Okay. My muffler on my trailer, not torn or broken, missing. Okay. Now, I heard people, oh, broken. Remember, there's some muffler they made of rubber, and some they're hard plastic, like this one. But they do break. Okay?
Yeah, in the cone.
Yeah. I don't require DOT reflector on the back. Okay? On my trailer, on my muffler. In the back, I got my DOT bumper. Not cracked, bent, or broken. Secure. Okay? License plate, make sure it's present and accurate. Now I check my rear door and side door, all my hanger of my door, my handle, and the bars. I make sure that any of those parts they're not cracked, bent, or broken. Okay? What I'm looking for, make sure, secure with no missing bolt. What I'm looking for, make sure that all the weather strips are present, not dry rotted or missing. And this includes my PRETRIP. You see that? Any question?